Welcome back to Grandma Sims. Today we're going to be doing a guest room. So to start off in the basement, it's a huge basement. So we're going to partition some of this off. So it will require a little bit of building. It's not that bad. It's a few walls. So I was planning on putting this guest bedroom and bathroom back in this corner. It's too big. So we're gonna make this smaller. We're just gonna need to add a few walls here. And then we'll get to building. So this one here on the left with the door, that's going to be the bedroom. Over here on the right, I wanted 2 equal-sized basement bathrooms. So we're going to put those in. I didn't like the way the stairs were just kind of out there, so we're going to bump this a little bit. Only in The Sims can you move your basement around and not need a building permit. That'll work. Okay, so those will be our bathrooms. One is going to be off of what is our future basement rec room, and the other one is going to be for this guest bedroom and bathroom. Yeah, I'm just going to keep getting that wrong. So those look good. Now, this is going to be the rec room. That's the next video after this one. It is too big. And we're going to figure out our sizes here. This building, the little bit of adding walls and things like that, it's not horrible. Should be doable. So there we go. Now we've got our rooms. Perfect. So let's get started on this guest room. So having a guest room in the basement back in the mid-century would have been quite a luxury. It meant you had extra space, it meant you had extra money. But it also meant you had extra room when relatives came to stay. Of course, with me and lighting, nothing's gonna stay the same. Who really has that many lights in a bedroom? So a guest bedroom would have been really formal. It would have been to show off that, look at us, we have this extra bedroom. And because this is a basement, the walls that I'm putting in, it says sound off fabric paneling. So it would have made the room quieter. And the furniture I'm going to use, because this was more of a luxury room, is going to be all matching furniture. And I believe this is from Get Famous, which fits the style of this house perfectly. This mid-century vibe in this furniture. I also have company today, so if you hear any meowing going on, that would be because Reggie's here. And he feels like he needs to help. So yeah, less of those bright lights. So we're gonna go with a matching bed, matching dressers. Yeah, I'm in Get Famous to get all of this matching furniture out. This would have been right on par. When we get to the clutter, you would have saw a lot of magazines, Life magazine subscriptions, Better Home and Garden subscriptions. These would have all been things that people wanted to show off. You know, look at us. And we'll add some of those details in. Picking out the matching dresser. The lighting in here right now isn't great, but we will fix that. The nice thing about having your guest bedroom in the basement, there was no, central air, no air conditioning. I think we talked about that before. And this basement room would have been cool. It would have been nice, refreshing. And even if you didn't have guests in the house, sometimes, mom and dad or the kids, they'd all pop down here to get out of the heat. And so it'd be a nice place to retreat to. So I am using that atomic light. I told you lights were going to change. That was a huge symbol of that time, was that atomic light. This room is going to be elegant and cozy. The colors, I think I'm going to go with that orange. Did I go with the orange or did I go with the green? I might change that. Not quite sure. Or do I go with the orange in the bathroom? Maybe I went with the orange in the bathroom. Could be. We'll find out. So I did put carpet down, but I also put a nice shag rug down also. Again, this is a basement bedroom. So you would have wanted something warm under your feet in the winter. In the summer, you'd probably just want to put your feet on that cold cement. I did not put a radio in this room because there is going to be a radio in the other part of the basement. But it would not have been uncommon to have a radio in this room. This is me trying to figure out what I'm doing with all this furniture. And that's not going to be it. Trust me, I'm not done figuring this room out yet. Anyway, the radio. It would have been playing Elvis or the Beach Boys or anything that was, rock and roll at that time. But I just didn't want it in the bedroom, so it'll be in the rec room. Nice mirror. I want to make sure they have access to it. Yeah. Little touches when we get to the cluttering. It won't be much. It would be elegant, not cheap. Again, we're showing off this room. And it would have been minimal. This is a guest room. We're not in here all the time. But when the guests come, it would have all the essentials. It'll be very comfy cozy. We're all about comfy cozy. Picking out some paintings, again, to show off this room. Paintings of our travels. Look, we've been to all these places. Probably haven't been to all these places. Probably bought all those photos. So it's more like, look at all the places we want to go. Putting some plants, some greenery always makes a room cozy. Truth be told, I don't have a lot of plants in my house because I killed an air plant. What does that tell you? The thing needed air. That's it. It's an air plant. I killed it. So I think we have one plant in the house. My husband takes care of it. That way it won't die. Yeah, I can't do plants. But I love doing plants in The Sims, because if I could have all these plants in my house, I probably would. Because they'd all be brown and dead. Put a little comfy pillow on the chair here. There we go. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, so you'll see me put a lot of plants, probably in all my houses, in The Sims. They don't die. They don't need to be watered. It's awesome. Some family photos. It's part of the charm. We'll just get those all situated. Families back then, families in the 50s, 60s, even earlier, even in the 40s. They really would have wanted to show their hospitality. It wasn't just about providing them a bedroom. It was about providing them the comfort of their relative's home. It was about making people feel like you're welcome here. Our home is your home. Mi casa, su casa. However that goes. Some nice clean linens. I am a little worried about the candles next to the photos, but none of my Sims have burned anything down yet. So we're going to be okay with those. I'm just going to get this. There we go. More linens. Fresh, clean towels, maybe even fresh, clean, warm towels. Again, I probably should have worried about those candles, but I'm not. I'm even gonna make it worse. Okay. Who wouldn't want to come and stay here? In fact, they'd probably want to come and stay here too much. And then they'd go and tell all the rest of the family, and then the rest of the family would all want to stay here. Then you have a revolving door on your guest room. So if you like this content, please hit that subscribe and like button. We've got more houses coming. So now we're going to move into the guest bathroom. It's going to be simple. It's going to be elegant. We're going to provide a shower, sink, toilet, obviously. And yes, you can see the rec room is done over there. Try not to look at that. We're going to get to that next. It's supposed to be a secret. But you get a little peek of it, which, there you go. How cool is that? So this is, again, the matching sink from Get Famous. And I think this might be where I put the orange. I know I put some orange in here. Maybe in the sink? Maybe I didn't. Maybe it's the... Yeah, you can see the orange couch. Stop looking at that. Yep, see, a little bit of orange. Classic mid-century, that orange. Love it. Just all the essentials in a bathroom. Decorated up real nice. For guests. Little touches in the bathroom. Formal towels. Formal matching towels. Probably not something you would use in the rest of the house. These would have been special. Maybe even had a monogram on them. Maybe even those little wrap soaps, not the ones from hotels. You can actually get little fancy wrap soaps, or the little fancy seashell soaps in a dish on the counter. All of these fancy things that made your guests feel welcome again, so they would want to come back for more. Little personalized towels. I love this little thing from Tiny House, I believe. We're going to put that above the toilet. All those things would have, maybe there was some little perfumes in the jars. There is a jar of something on that shelf. Maybe a jar of... it wouldn't be a jar of sunscreen. Back then, mid-century, everybody was laying out in the sun trying to get a tan. So, some beautiful plants. Making sure all the colors kind of match what's going on in the bedroom. This would have been a little haven, a little getaway. And you just hope that when you go visit their house, you're getting, the same in return. And that's what family's all about. Sort of. Seriously, how huge is that? It's bigger than a sim, I swear it is. We just make it smaller. I mean, the plunger could plunge the whole toilet lid. It's ridiculous how big that is. Magazine racks. Again, this is where I'm going to put the magazine racks. I didn't put any in the bedroom, and I know it's weird, but magazine racks were a thing in the bathroom. Some people still do have magazine racks in the bathroom. Mostly we've moved to being on our phones in the bathroom. We're odd creatures, we really are. Extra towels, blankets, pillows, all the comforts. And there is our guest bedroom and bathroom. Remember, keep it creative, keep it cozy. See you next time.